Hello, welcome back to Pluto Fairy Tarot. I'm Jay, and the download for this reading is whether they love you or hate you, it's all for the same reason. You are an anomaly. You are a quote unquote glitch in the matrix. You don't fit. Okay, in a good way, in the best way actually. And this is why you're so whoever this is for, this is why you're so polarizing, is because you don't compress yourself, right? Like I'm seeing a map, right? A map is a 2D flat representation of a 3D landscape. Some information is lost in that process. But the systems that people call the matrix, those systems of control, they try to get us to compress ourselves into 2 dimensions when we really exist in three. And you just don't play that game. You just simply exist. You don't try to compress yourself and fit into these narrow restraints. And it's not that labels are wrong. Some people think that because labels are used so harmfully. It's that they're being used incorrectly. They're not being used as accurate descriptors. They're being used as prescriptors, as this is how you should behave to fit within the system. Right? It's not about description, it's about prescription. You don't follow that bullshit. You simply are. And so some people see that and they love it. They're like, wow, that's so cool. Your authenticity is inspiring and they love it. And some people see it and they're like, why aren't you going? Why aren't you playing along? Why aren't you being a good little. I just heard good little slave. I mean, true. Why aren't you being a good little slave and doing what you're told? Why do you keep going against the grain? And some of them in their mind, you're like this malicious, consciously, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they think you are trying to be a contrarian, right? You're just being different for the sake of being different. You're literally just being yourself. And literally everyone's authentic self is contrary to the system because the system is arbitrary and bullshit. Right? It's not meant to accurately describe or help people thrive. It is meant to twist up our sense of self and restrict us and harvest our energy. No one actually fits it, but most people play along like they do. They try to fit it. You don't. And that's what pisses people off. Some people, and as I said, some people, they fucking love it. Oh my goodness, they fucking love that about you. Getting all tongue tied. Um, yeah, whoever this is for, you needed to hear this, okay? People react so strongly to you, whether loving it or hating it. They react so strongly for the same reason, because of your authenticity, because you don't fit the narratives and the programming. They don't know how to process it. They can't comprehend. They think the world is the flat 2D map. They don't understand that map is at best a useful approximation. They think that's literally what it is. Right? They think it's literally just the world is a 2D map, but it's not. And that's an issue that they need to work through. Um, and honestly, Spirit's saying, yeah, sometimes you trigger people in that way so that they can realize there's more to the world. So you're actually doing a good service just by being authentic. My ears ringing. So keep being you. But yeah, somebody needed to hear that. Like, people react so strongly to you because you're authentic. Because you don't fit the system, right? I'm hearing 404 by, I think it's Kiki. It's a K-pop girl group. 404 is an error message, right, for something not being found. And in the song, it's, let me pull up the lyrics actually, because I need to get this right. And not all of them are in English, so I need the translation. 404. Yeah, and it's 404 New Era. So you embody. Ooh, spirit. My ears starting to ring and I'm getting waves of energy going through my body. You embody the new era. We are moving out of the old, quote unquote, matrix dominated era where everyone is fake. And if you're not fake, you get brutally abused, as you know. We're moving into authenticity. We are shifting. The more of us who wake up and are authentic, the faster this happens. And you are a part of that if this reading is for you. Yeah. This is the opening of the song, y'all. 404, not found in the system. Again, you don't exist within your authentic self. No one's does, but you embody your authentic self. You don't fit in the structures, right? You don't neatly, you can't be neatly categorized the way people want you to be. 404, the new era. 404, this one. 404, somewhere outside the coordinates. Again, they're only working on the X and Y axis. You're up here on the Z axis, right? They can't find you because they don't know to look up. They think it's two dimensional. Their mind is so throttled and restricted by the system that they can't see you. And some people, they love it and they're inspired by it, and some people it makes them real mad. But that's why, because you don't fit in the best possible way. Okay, anything else from this? Beyond the border, already out of town. Yeah, excuse me, intuitive birth confirmation, you won't just shut up and play along. Nor should you. Please keep going. Okay. Yes, one of the main people this reading is for. You're dealing with anxiety, apprehension. Like maybe I should just give in and play along. So you're saying no. Okay. If there's something you're doing that's not authentic to you, okay, stop doing that. But the parts of you that are authentic, that the only reason you think you should stop doing them is social judgment, don't stop, right? If no one's being harmed, there's no reason you need to stop. And if it's helping you and it fulfills you, it's doing good in the world. So be authentic. Express yourself. Okay. What cards want to come out? 6 of freaking wands. Victory, recognition. Yeah, you stick out like a sore thumb. People see you. Some people love it, some people hate it. But either way, they're talking about you. Not like people are, talking about you all the time, but though sometimes literally you'll walk through and after you leave like a business or something, the employees will be like, oh my gosh, did you see that person? Their hair is so cool. Did you see that bracelet? Just little things about you. Just your energy. Even if you looked the most generic person possible, like totally nondescript, they couldn't pick you out of a crowd. Your energy would still leave an imprint and they wouldn't even know how to say it. And you need to keep winning, and you keep winning by being authentic. Knight of Cups reversed. They don't tell you this shit, though. That sucks, doesn't it? And then people just assume, well, like, everyone, people love you, so what do you mean you don't know that people like you? It's like, no one fucking tells you, though. How could you know? Right? They just assume. Like I've encountered that in some situations where people are like, "Well, don't you know you're so attractive?" And it's like, if no one tells that person that they're attractive because everyone assumes they already know, how the fuck would they know? And then if they say something, it's like, oh, you're just, you're just fishing for compliments. You don't actually think that. It's like, yes, they actually truly, from the bottom of their soul, believe they are unattractive because no one ever tells them otherwise. As humans, we read no one commenting on your appearance as being unattractive. And it's not that no one comments, it's that no one comments to them, right? People aren't commenting to you what they're saying. So it seems like, yeah, Spirit's telling me on some level, like you have this impact, but then a part of you is like, but no one says it to me. Am I just crazy? No, you're not crazy. You're intimidating. 4 of Swords reversed. Restlessness. Something waking up that you thought was dead. What's waking up, Spirit? Use a different deck. Okay, this one. What's waking up? What's waking up for the viewers of this reading? Oh my goodness. Strength and Ace of Wands. your power. You don't need the permission of other people's praise to be yourself. Just be you. Okay? Be beautiful. Okay. Death reversed. Yeah, it's not dead. It's not gone. But what is waking up? Knight of Swords. Okay, I'm hearing... I want to word this properly. You came to believe that no one had any interest or cared, and so you closed yourself off energetically because you figured, why not? Why be open? That just leaves me open to attacks if no one's going to bring anything good. And so people who do want to bring you things, who do want to speak to you, who want to tell you these truths, that you are inspiring and you're beautiful and you're handsome, whatever, your energy's closed off, so they can't come to you. So that highway needs to be opened back up, I'm hearing. You can still have your discernment. You don't have to let all energy in, unquestioningly, but there's a very specific blockage I'm feeling of I just keep hearing, why even bother? They're not going to have anything good to say, so why should I let them speak? Why should I be open to hearing them in the first place? And while that is not true, I will say it is perfectly reasonable that you feel that way, because historically people went out of their way to abuse you and tear you down from a very young age. Right? You reasonably have trauma that causes you to feel this way. However, that needs to be worked through and opened back up, because we are a social species. We do need to have communion with one another. But a lot of things aren't reaching you, not because people, most humans in general don't compliment people when they think highly of them, right? We just don't say it for whatever reason. The people who do can't, who do want to speak to you, can't, because they can't reach you. So that needs to be worked through. That needs to be opened up. And you need to not feel, I don't like that wording. You need to work on recovering from the shame that you feel from wanting people to tell you that they see you and that they like what they see, that they respect you, that they admire you, or whatever. It's not an overblown ego thing. It's a normal, healthy, human, social interaction thing. So you got to stop telling yourself that, oh, I'm an egotistical monster because I want people to recognize me. And yes, be praised for our positive attributes. There's nothing wrong with that. Magician reversed. They've been powerless. You're so freaking powerful. When you put up this blockage, it totally cut them off. They couldn't reach you. So, and then a double message with the Magician reversed is turning off something, turning off an emotional or spiritual energy working thing, right? Disengaging the spell I just heard. You may not have even consciously, quote unquote, cast it in the first place, but it's up and it needs to be taken down, or people cannot reach you. Anything else? I just heard, don't stop believing. Na, na, na. What song is that? It's probably Don't Stop Believing. But who knows? Don't Stop Believing song. Yeah, it's just Don't Stop Believing. By Journey. Ooh. Did not know the group name was Journey. Yeah, don't stop believing that there's a journey ahead of you, that there's more you're meant for. But you can stay stuck. We have free will, and if you don't work through the trauma, that's been inflicted upon you, and you choose to let that programming keep running in your mind, you will simply stay stuck. It's not a guarantee. Right? That's one of the reasons I don't like a lot of, in spiritual spaces, a lot of the wording people use, because they talk about, like, oh, this is certain to happen. Not if you don't choose to work with it. If you tell people it's certain to happen, they think they don't have to do anything. And then it never happens. And they think something's wrong. They think they've been lied to. Technically, they have. Because it's not a certainty unless you work with it, unless you employ your free will. Free will is such a double edged sword. uh, but it is what it is, and we got to work with it. And Spirit's saying that's the reading. So I hope this reading resonated and was helpful for you. If it did resonate and it was helpful, you can let me know by liking the video, commenting if you want to, and subscribing to the channel if you'd like to see more readings from me in the future. All right, good luck and goodbye.